welcome back to Parking Lot Chats with Lauren
and Bo.
So first of all, I want to, we have a correction from last week. Bo asked at the end if I had anything positive to say about the men, and I didn't because I was really mad about the Britney Spears thing. But I forgot that I actually did. Flavor Flav.
Oh.
Yes, Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
He is sponsoring the women's U.S. polo team in the Olympics. He's their hype man. I also keep seeing commercials that Snoop Dogg is someone else's hype man. I didn't know that Olympic sports had hype men, but I'm really into it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
It's my new favorite thing.
Flavor Flav would be an awesome hype man, too.
Right. So Flavor Flav decided to sponsor and be the official hype man for the women's U.S. water polo team. And then he wanted to get them tickets to the Eras Tour. So his people reached out to Taylor Swift's people, and she just gifted them all tickets. And so they all got to go.
That's awesome.
And I guess he's still just, I don't know. I don't really know.
What do you do as the hype man for the water polo team? I mean, I like it. I like guys doing it.
Maybe he's supporting women's sport, right? Like, is he gonna make? I don't know what he's gonna do. Maybe he's gonna make some merch. I would buy it. I don't know.
Yeah, a clock.
Right? Is it gonna be like a clock and like a? Is it waterproof? I'm thinking. You know, I don't know. It's pretty exciting though. So that's cool. We did have good news about men. It's Flavor Flav is sponsoring the water polo team and getting them concert tickets. So good for you, Flavor Flav.
Lucky gals.
And then we have some other news. We'll do the Disney thing first?
That's fine.
Okay.
That seems to be how we've been doing it lately.
Right.
I saw that, I mean, not really squirrel because it's Disney, but that Moana 2, did you see that? Is that new? Did we know that was coming out?
We knew that it was coming out. Remember I told you it's going to come out like the day after my birthday. Or the day before my birthday. Right around then. So perfect in time for Thanksgiving holiday movie going. That's what I'm doing. So maybe it's the day before because I think I said I was going on my birthday.
So they announced the trailer.
The new trailer's coming out tomorrow.
Oh.
So I have that written down. I was just going to say that tomorrow we'll share it to our story. So we can share it to our Instagram story when it comes out. I did share the new drone show at Disney Springs.
Oh my God, that looks
I shared it to our stories from this girl that I follow. I mean, yeah, I'm interested. It's we have till September 2nd.
Okay. I want to go this summer. Go up and make an
like a Disney Springs day, or do you like a resort hop day?
Yeah, or a night out of it too, stay somewhere up there. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it's at night, so instead of coming back, something to do this summer with the kids. Because that show, I was so impressed by it.
And I honestly think, honestly, did you see? Well, you showed me the video. You sent me the video of the crowds.
Fucking the crowd.
Yeah,
and then they were all the comments were Disney Springs does not have the cast members to manage crowd control like that. I don't think they were expecting a crowd like that.
No. And the video that I shared to our stories was taken by someone that I follow on my other account, and so now we're following them there too. And they took that video from the parking garage because she was like, can't even get down there.
Yeah.
She took it from a low level of the parking garage.
I don't think that it was cool enough to
deal with
those crowds, but hopefully as it goes on and it's a little bit not so new, I don't know, not opening show.
Yeah, right. And that's how everything always goes at Disney in the beginning, so annual pass holders, we get these magnets every once in a while, right? They'll have these magnets, and you got to go to the creation store and you stand in line and show. Well, sometimes it's Chester and Hester, wherever it is. So there was one that came out it's the Stitch is available through I want to say June 26th. It came out a couple weeks ago. There's all these videos online. The line was crazy fucking long. I went the other day and literally just walked in. And I was planning on getting my ID out in the line. So now I'm fumbling around for my wallet when I walked in because it's I thought I was going to have a line to stand in to get my shit together.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be the same thing.
Yeah. But drone shows I feel are relatively new in this area at least.
Yeah.
I know they've been doing
in Paris they've been
in
doing
other countries,
yeah.
But I don't know if all of America or just down here in little Florida, but we don't really see them. So I think that's the appeal too, is that it's relatively new technology here.
Right, and like you said, it was so cool.
And it was really cool.
It was really cool. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, Disney's gonna do it right at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really impressive, and it was shared to our stories. I don't think I made it a highlight, but I can make a highlight and go back and find it.
Yeah,
it's still on there. And then yeah, Moana's coming out. The trailer for Moana 2 is coming out tomorrow. I believe the movie comes out like November 27th. We've said it before, and I'll find that. I can share the stories too. But they're being sued.
Disney.
Yeah. So let me get my notes on this one. Okay, show is amazing. Brought crazy crowds. That's the first note, but I already said that part. Okay, so the Typhoon Lagoon lawsuit. This is the second lawsuit for the same fucking ride in the last 2 years.
The douching of people?
Yeah. Humunga Cowabunga. So this girl last year, she went down so fast that she said that the water was violently pushed up into her. She went to the hospital with like a vaginal bleeding.
Oh my God.
Internal organ damage.
What the fuck?
And like it was like a major wedgie. It was like the main thing, but it was like internal organ damage, vaginal bleeding. I wrote it down. There was like one more crazy thing, and this was last year's. Vaginal bleeding. Oh, and a hernia. She was taken to the hospital, treated for the things that I just said. And so she sued for $50,000. I don't know if, and that was 2023, and she was there for her 30th birthday, and she sued for $50,000, said it created a wedgie that led to the vaginal bleeding and the hernia, and then she was treated for the severe lacerations and damage to internal organs and hernia. And I said that she sued for $50,000. I don't know what she got. I couldn't find that because,
they just settled out of court,
stuff,
yeah.
Right? So then on May 11th, a 25-year-old was on that slide. Apparently she hit her head in the slide, came out unconscious, bleeding from the mouth, coughing up blood, but was also like drowning in the water because there's not a lifeguard at the bottom.
What the fuck?
Right. So her fiance and his mother pulled her out of the water. The cast member at the bottom said they weren't a lifeguard, went to find a lifeguard. Lifeguard came back and was like, we can't touch that. We need to call an ambulance. And like, I know that they do the like, we can't touch that stuff like corporations, but like, it's crazy to me that there's not a lifeguard at the bottom of a ride that you got sued over last year. Like that's,
well,
I
feel like
something
there should be a lifeguard at the bottom
of every ride.
Slide.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But especially when I don't know, like, I feel like that's like, that doesn't seem like
is it one that goes into a pool, or is it one of those ones that like shoots you onto a slide and you end on a slide?
I think I think they all end in the water at this point. You know what I mean? Like even the slides shoot out into the water.
Shoot into the water. But you know the other ones that are like you just kind of end on like a long slide. You don't actually go into the water.
Yeah, this has got to be a water one because I said that she was kind of like underwater bleeding out of her mouth.
There should definitely be a lifeguard at the end of that pool then.
Right. Well, and it's...
I would think.
Yeah, and so she's also suing for $50,000. So, like, I don't know.
Why is that the magic number?
Right. So that's, like, what's weird to me is, like, I feel like it's weird that it's both the same amount. And, like, I don't want to be, like, victim blamey. Like, obviously, if that's what happened, that's what happened. But I find it really hard to believe that they didn't have a lifeguard at the bottom. Like, that's... I don't know. I feel like the whole story's, like, fishy. Like... I can't believe that Disney, and I get that, like, yeah, it's Disney and I want to love them, but it's still a billion-dollar corporation, and corporations are still evil and just after their money.
And it's still a company and business that make mistakes, so.
Right,
but like, you would think that
weird,
if they already were sued by that,
that you wouldn't have a lifeguard at the bottom?
I don't know. I've always been freaked out by, like, water slides, because that is true. Like, don't they tell you to, like, cross your legs to prevent that? Isn't that why you're supposed to go down with your legs crossed?
And it says it's a near vertical 214-foot drop. Sorry, I'm like sitting down off my legs now. So I just shrunk. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
You lose us. With a 60-degree angle, she fell unconscious after banging inside the ride. So it's like a covered tube ride.
Right.
And then they discovered her limp at the end of the ride. And attendants said they weren't lifeguards. When I have to find lifeguards. Blood pouring out of her mouth into the water at the time. Which, like, this all sounds, like, very traumatic.
Yes.
Like, are other people there? Are you clearing out this water? Are you emptying this pool?
So.
Did you shut down this ride? Why is this ride still operating if someone else got a hernia from it last year without a lifeguard at the bottom?
I don't like it.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of... So, I don't know.
I mean, Typhoon Lagoon is already struggling because that's why they're giving away free passes to it. So you think they'd get their shit together.
They're giving away free passes?
Isn't it the water parks where they, like, get a free... On the day you check in, you get...
Oh, they were doing that. Yeah. Are they still doing that? I don't know. Remember I just said last week that they're charging you $70 for 3 hours after hours.
Yeah,
so.
but remember, when you stayed at a resort, the day you checked in, you could go to.
Yeah, right. They were saying that for a little. Yeah, it was like a promotion.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was crazy. I think that's all I got on that, though, right? The lawsuit alleges mental, emotional, physical ailments following the incident, including brain damage. And they say that she wouldn't have a brain injury had there been a lifeguard, then she wouldn't have been coughing up blood while drowning.
I feel like if she has brain damage, we should be seeking more than $50,000.
That's what makes me feel weird too, right? And like also,
or was there like a cap or something?
And like I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but like, are you coughing up blood while you're unconscious? Do you cough in unconsciousness?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like
it sounds like she got knocked out, came back too.
Yeah,
she wasn't like.
Right? I feel like there's more to the story. I feel like there's definitely more to the story. And, like, I searched it, and I read on probably different, like, 4 or 5, like, different, like, news sites just to see, like, and it's all just given, like, the same, like, small information. You know what I mean? So I'm sure they've got lawyers cleaning it up or whatever. But...
Well, yeah, Disney has their lawyers, for sure.
Right, you know they do, right. So, and that's the thing is, like, I know that, like, right, companies can make mistakes, $1 million companies are more about their money than their people. Sure, cool, all fun and games. But they seem to be more of a cover-your-ass kind of company to not have a lifeguard there after you got sued last year. Unless you're really that fucking stupid and understaffed. I don't know. It seems wild to me.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of believe their story that there wasn't a lifeguard there. I don't think they would, like...
Right, you can't lie about that.
Yeah.
I do believe it, but it's just weird to me.
They would know that, there would be, like, someone assigned. I don't know. Fucking court cases are crazy because I've been watching that court case.
Tell me about it, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Karen Reed. Or whatever. Yeah, it's Karen Reed versus, like, the fucking state of Ohio or whatever. They're saying that she has this cop boyfriend that she dropped off at a cop house party.
Okay.
And after they had all been cop drinking at the bar, like, all right. And they say that she backed up and hit him with her car and left him to die in the snow. And that he never actually came inside to the house party. Okay? He was discovered the next morning by Karen Reed and 2 of her friends, one of whom, like, was this Miss Cade bitch who was on the stand. I've been watching little snippets of it, whatever. So, by the next morning. And they claim that when Karen found him in the snow, she was saying, I hit him. And the state of Ohio has charged her with the murder of her cop boyfriend. And she's now on trial for it. This happened like 2 years ago, right? No. Yeah, I think 2022. So, they're bringing all these people on stand, right? One guy is the owner of the house.
Of the house party.
And
he was found on the property of the house party?
And he what?
He was found on the property of the house party?
He was found in the front yard of the house party.
Who was owned by a cop.
Mm-hmm. And there was, like, all these people that were at the house party, right? One of them's, like, a detective, I think, and somebody in the police. I don't know. And he the day before he was given the order to, like, not destroy his phone or anything, he destroyed his phone. And got a new phone, and says that it's because somebody was calling him that from, like, a case that he was on, somehow got his personal phone number, and then the defense attorney was like, so you waited 2 months to not change your number but get a new phone.
If you were just ordered not to destroy your phone and you destroyed your phone, is that not a separate charge?
No, because he didn't get the order until the 30th, and he got a new phone on the 29th.
Oh, and you think that this guy didn't know that order was coming?
Right. And then there was proof that he was in the evidence room or evidence place where her car had been towed to. And then they found, 2 days later, they found taillights in the front yard of the party after it had snowed. They didn't find it the night that they found his body. They found it 2 days later after there was swipe evidence of the owner of the home going into the evidence place where the fucking car was.
So he clearly took those lights and put them there. Like, clearly.
Like, the insanity that is, like, this case.
You know what this sounds like?
Fucking insane. And they're all in, like, the judge that's on the case, the the cousin, like the nephew or whatever of the owner of the house, calls the judge Auntie Bev.
Oh,
like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's so many webs to this freaking case that I do not understand how this woman is still on trial and how like they haven't thrown it out, because there was marks on the guy's arms that were like looked like. Oh, there's marks on the guy's arms that look like dog bites. The dog got rehomed 2 months later. They replaced the flooring in the basement. They sold the fucking house.
The house party house?
Yes, they sold the fucking house party house. The detective that was put on the case was friends with the homeowner. Like the homeowner's nephew was in the wedding of the detective that was put on the case. Like, they're just such insanity while, talking about freaking the law and, like, courts and stuff. I don't know. It's insane.
Did you watch Making a Murderer? This is Stephen Avery all over again.
Yeah, so
it's literally, it sounds like the same thing.
And the Murdaugh trial where, like,
yes.
Like, there will be a Netflix show about this in trial, because it's absolutely insane that this woman is sitting there charged for murder. Because her taillights were found 3 days after the man's body was found.
Well, that's like Making a Murder. They went through Stephen Avery's room to find, like, the stuff from, like, that woman that was missing. And, like, there was nothing there. And then all of a sudden, the cop from the fucking other trial that, like, he had the lawsuit against shows up. And, the key's right here by my foot. The keys to her car. Okay, you clearly brought those out of the evidence room and dropped them. Because they weren't there fucking yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
This is Making a Murderer all over again.
Yeah. Like... Insane.
How do they keep getting away with this shit? I don't know.
Like, if she gets charged, I don't. Aside from, like, the theory outside of, like, that she killed him, the theory is that there was some sort of altercation because the woman who's on trial, Karen Reed, had been texting at some point in her relationship, had been texting one of the other cop buddies that was there, like, oh, you're hot, like, and they had been, like, kind of flirting.
So this one found out and they got in a fight?
So the theory is that there was a fight. And then the dog attacked him. He probably got hit, whatever, knocked out. Maybe he went to leave and his body, he died out there from some sort of head trauma or something like that.
Right.
I don't know.
So they figured blame it on her rather than themselves.
Right, covered it up like at 2. Oh, and then there was one of the woman, God, there's so much to this freaking story. It's insane that I just keep remembering because, so the McCabe woman who showed up the morning with Karen Reed to look for her boyfriend, had been at the party the day before, and at 2:00 in the morning Googled, how long does it take to die in the cold?
So she took that girl there to set her up.
Yes. And then she tried to say, and then she Googled it. That Google search was deleted. They found it through, like, phone records. Fine. And then she Googled it again at, like, 6:30 in the morning after his body had been found, and tried to say that she Googled it then because Karen Reed asked her to Google it then, and that she has absolutely no idea how the 2:30 a.m. Google got on her phone.
Sure.
Like, what the fuck? That's what they just keep saying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
It's all hypothetical.
Yeah. I don't know. That trial is, like, insane to me right now. I don't understand.
It sounds like they're framing this woman.
100%. There's no way. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe she fucking did. But the reasonable doubt is definitely there that I don't see how she can be.
And how is this
charged.
Not all a conflict of interest to have, like, the fucking auntie as the judge?
Right.
How is that okay?
And the freaking detective that was put on it, friends with the homeowners.
Yeah.
They never even went in the house. Yeah.
Talk about an investigation.
Yeah.
That's not one. It's not one if you don't even go look in the house.
No. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, that when you
were talking about trials,
it made me think of that because it's like all over my TikTok right now.
That's all I have for Disney because I figured we'd have other stuff.
Yeah, and I don't fucking know. It was crazy. But what else were we talking about that was going on? Them people thinking Taylor Swift is pregnant is fucking stupid.
I didn't hear anything about that.
It's so fucking stupid. Literally, she's on her period.
Oh, me too.
Right.
Yay.
Like, that's what it looks like to me.
What, is she just a little bloated?
Yeah, like, she's in her Reputation outfit, and someone that's, like, front row is recording, and you can, like, when she turns to the side, she's got, like, a fucking uterus. Like, but immediately I'm like, she immediately in the comments, oh, is she pregnant? Oh, is it gonna be, and I'm just like, can we not?
No.
Can we not? Like, immediately just assume because a woman has a little bit of a belly, you eat bread, you have a fucking belly.
Right. Like your uterus, like, I saw a woman recently did, like, a video on this, and she was like, stop, like, trying to make your stomach flat in these dresses. Your stomach's not meant to be flat. Like, we have a uterus. We have, like, there's things, there's organs. It's not even just fat. I'm a little fat, but, like, in general, there's also just, like, fucking organs.
Yeah.
Your uterus, like, shows.
Yeah.
And like you said, like, after you eat bread, like, after you eat, like, your body's different and different times.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, maybe she just had a little bit of a lay time. Maybe she had, went out eating too much. The girl's got to have a fucking strict ass diet. There's no way she sits up there for 3 hours dancing like she does, and school board because we record at the same night or the same time, and my kids didn't go to school.
It's also
but there's no way she's gonna have like a strict eating regimen in order to stay as healthy as she is, and
I heard that her workout routine is like crazier than like like a regular like athlete, like a regular like basketball player or something couldn't do her workout routine.
I believe it.
Like her workout routine is way crazier than an athlete.
It has to be.
It has to be. It has to be. She's singing and dancing for fucking multiple hours straight every day. In stilettos.
Yeah.
In stilettos.
There's no way she just, like, eats whatever she wants to fucking eat.
That bitch not eating mozzarella sticks.
If she does eat whatever she wants to eat because she eats healthy all the time, she's gonna fucking bloat.
And that's okay.
Because her body's not used to it. She's not fucking pregnant. And if she is pregnant, it's none of her fucking business until she announces it.
Right.
So let her strut herself in her bloatedness or her pregnantness or whatever, and let's just say, "Wow, you look amazing, Taylor. Great job. I love your concert."
I love your concert. Great job. No, but you're right. Right? It's not right. First of all,
have to go right to just.
She's allowed to have a little pooch, and second of all, like you said, it's not our business.
Right.
Be pregnant, but don't be pregnant. Right. I fucking care.
Well, that was my soapbox for today.
No,
it was
I like it.
And I was like, it was a great video. It was like, shot with probably cinematic or whatever, where you looked like you were right there, and then I read the comments, and it's just all about how, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? I'm like, who fucking cares if she is? I mean, no, she's not, because she's too much of a businesswoman to begin with. Like, she ain't fucking getting pregnant in the middle of her tour. Fuck no. She's not gonna let it, and Tree is sure not gonna let it happen.
So that's that. So no, Taylor Swift's not pregnant.
No.
Kim fucking said so. And I believe her.
She's too mad. She's too meticulous.
Meticulous?
Meticulous.
Yeah.
With her
ducks are in a fucking row.
Yeah.
Right. She's not getting pregnant for fun.
No.
All right, well, speaking of bitches looking fat, I watched the Ozempic special.
Oh, the South Park one?
So here's the thing. South Park does it. No, it was good. It was really good. South Park does it.
Yeah.
South Park does it fucking right every goddamn time. Spoiler alert if you didn't already watch it. I'm going to just tell you exactly what happened. So Cartman goes to the doctor. And the doctor's like, hey, Mrs. Cartman, your kid is fat. We've talked about this 100 times. Like, we got to do something. And she's like, but diet and exercise doesn't work for him. He can't handle it because he's a little fat fucker and he don't want to do it. And then the doctor's like, okay, well, have you heard about these new drugs? And then he starts telling him about the drugs. And she's like, oh, that sounds great. And Cartman's like really excited because Cartman thinks that if he loses weight and he's thin, so now he's going to go talk shit to everybody. And then they're going to have nothing to say back because they call him a fat fuck.
Oh.
So he's going to be like, hey, Wendy, your tits are bigger than your zit, or your zits are bigger than your tits. And then she's going to not have anything to say. And then at the end, he's going to go to Pakistan and he's going to tell them that, like, their haircuts are bad and they smell. And they're not going to have anything to say back to him.
What the
because
fuck?
He's not fat. This is just Cartman.
Yeah.
This is Cartman logic, right? So then the doctor's like, but these medicines are like, $12,000 a month or something, $1,200 a month. And then Mrs. Cartman's like, well, we can't afford that. So then he's like, okay, well, then you can have Lizzo. So in South Park, everybody that is rich, you can pay for your, and I don't know if this is real life too. I'm clearly not on Ozempic. But if you want like the weight loss drugs and you don't have diabetes, so if you have diabetes, you can get it with your prescription from your insurance.
Right.
If you don't have diabetes, then you either have to pay a lot of money
right.
or you can have Lizzo. So Lizzo is where you just accept your body and body positivity and like you're okay with your body and you don't need to be thin to like yourself, right? So like the Lizzo thing like really wasn't negative. It wasn't,
okay.
I mean, they did end up like diarrhea out of their ears from too much Lizzo, but I mean that's South Parkness. Right. You know what I mean? That's just Trey and Matt on fucking acid. I'm not sure what they do, but so now Cartman is upset because obviously he wanted to go talk shit to everybody without them coming back and saying he was fat. So like he still wants to be thin. So he tells his friends, and like Kyle's always trying to help for some reason. He's the meanest to Kyle. And so then Kyle's like, oh, well, we're going to like get you this drug, buddy. You need this drug. Because they don't know why he wants it. They just know that he wants to be healthy.
Right.
And that he can't. And so he's telling them, you know, I just want to lose weight and there's a drug for it, but my insurance won't give it to me because I don't have diabetes. So I have to pay all this money and I can't afford it. So he's just crying for me. So Kyle's like, we're going to fix it. So he goes to the insurance and they're like, oh, did you want to pay us? No, you want us to pay you. You got to go talk to our whatever, billing department. It's some sad man in a closet by himself, just covered in papers. And he's like, and so he calls the head of insurance or whatever, the person that makes the decision. I don't remember the name.
Right.
And he's like, no. And so we eventually find out it's just like a rich guy on a yacht. And so he's like, no, he calls him every time. And then he's like, oh, you guys are like super, you guys are really determined. So, you know, that's different. All you have to do is navigate the American healthcare system. So then that's like half an hour of them like going to like a bunch of different doctors and filling out the same forms just to find out in the end the same answer. Mm-hmm. So Kyle goes on TikTok and YouTube and he finds out that he can buy the semi-glutides and he can make his own, right? Oh my God. So he's buying them from a factory in India. Meanwhile, all the housewives of South Park, I don't know if there's a Real Housewives of South Park, but like Trey and Matt should probably make that. So here's the thing, Trey and Matt, if you somehow hear this, I don't know a lot about the Real Housewives, but my sister does, and we could probably get together and help you make Real Housewives South Park because that would be so fucking good. These bitches are walking around with like tube tops on. Okay, so
they're all on it.
So they're all on it. And they're like walking around showing off their tube tops. And like, so Stan's sister, what's that bitch's name? Shelly. So Shelly's going to school. And Randy is, if you don't watch South Park, you don't know who these people are. But so Randy's like Stan and Shelly's dad. And he's like, you can't go out in a tube top. And the mom's like, body positivity. She can wear whatever she wants. And she's like, I don't even care about, like the kids should be able to dress how they want. Like, it's, like some little boy shouldn't be staring at you. And, Randy's all like, the boys are perverts. And she's like, fuck you, I can wear what I want. And he's like, wearing tube tops is how you're going to end up on drugs hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Oh my God.
He ends up with the fucking Real Housewives doing their drugs.
Oh my God.
So then he ends up on Ozempic, but he thought it was going to be like real drugs. So South Park, has been going since the 90s.
Right.
So when Colorado legalized weed, Randy has always been like the adult that's the most in their shit. He started a pot farm. So now we're like a decade into that. So like Randy has like a whole pot farm now. It's called Integrity Farms. It was a very big part of the pandemic special, which was really good. If you didn't watch that, it turned out that
I haven't watched South Park in so long.
All of COVID was created by Mickey fucking a pelican, some crazy ass animal that's in like China, and like Mickey Mouse fucked it, and then like that's how we all got COVID. But then he was like killing people. Mickey Mouse is like the bad guy in a lot of South Park episodes.
Yeah.
Because Disney's $1 billion corporation, and Matt and Trey are against that or whatever. So okay, so Randy's like, you're gonna end up doing. So Randy ends up with the housewives because he thought it was real drugs. He thought they invited him to a party to share drugs, and so he thought they meant like Molly. So he like showed up with his weed and he was like, hey, and they were like, you don't, these are the drugs. So then he started shooting himself up. So they're all shooting themselves up. And then, so Kyle is now making the shots. So now there's a shortage of the drugs because the people with diabetes need it. So the Real Housewives aren't able to get it. And so they are going crazy. They try to rob the pharmacy. And the pharmacist's like, look, if you don't want me to know it's you, put your shirt down. You guys are still walking around with your half shirts on. And then Big Sugar gets involved, right? Because like Captain Crunch and Tony the Tiger and Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and all these people, they can't have you not eating sugar. So like Captain Crunch leads like this raid on the factory in India where they're getting the semi-glutides that they're using to make their fake injections or whatever, off-brand injections.
Yeah.
So that's not fake.
Well, I think someone can't even say
I don't think I'm saying it right.
I think that is the knockoff of Ozempic.
Well, so it's like the ingredient. So he's like making it. Like, there was a lot of different names of drugs, but they were getting an ingredient, and they were, like, learning on YouTube and TikTok how to make the drug out of the ingredient, the main ingredient. So Captain Crunch found out they were doing this, so he showed up with all of, like, the cereal and, like, Big Sugar, and they, like, shot up this plant, and then Kyle found, so now Cartman's losing his shit, and he's, like, making these crazy, like, cereal fucking chicken buckets, and it got real gross. And he was calling them, like, cereal bombs, and then he was making, like, an atomic one, and he was calling it, like, Oppenheimer. And then he was calling the craziest one the Stormy Daniels. And that one was going to blow up everybody. But then they were like, oh, we're going to get some, we found more whatever of the shit. And so they order a truck of it, and it's on the way, but then it gets hijacked by Randy and the crazy mom, and then the sugar people come out of nowhere, and then they're all just, like, shooting each other, and it turns into, like, this huge, like, action scene of, like, everybody fighting over, like, this truckload of drugs, and then at the end, they win it, and then they get it, and it's the insurance guys in there, and he's like, well, it turns out that this company runs through American insurance, so you just gotta conquer the American healthcare system.
Oh my God.
So then at the end, Kyle's like, I don't know why we went through all this, maybe we should just not pick on people for being fat, and then he stands up and he makes a whole speech, and they're like, let's just, like, all be body positive, and, like, not hate people for being fat. And then let's not pick on them. And then Cartman's like, that's all I ever wanted the whole time. So then he goes and tells everybody that they're ugly and they're stupid. And then he gets on a plane to Pakistan and tell them that their hair is bad. I don't really get that part. I've never been to Pakistan, so I don't know what the haircuts are like.
I don't know.
He goes like, you guys smell and your hair's cut weird. I don't know, Cartman. And then Randy at the end was like, see, I told you tube tops would lead to a life of drugs and hanging out with the wrong people. Because he wore a tube top to pick his daughter up from school.
Oh my God.
And that was how he got involved with the moms in the first place. Because she was like, I'm going to wear what I want to school. And then he was like, I'm going to wear what I want to pick you up from school. And then he showed up after school in the tube top. And that's when the moms were like, oh, hey, Randy, you must be on our drugs. Come to our drug party.
Where do they, like, the fact that South Park has been on for as long
it's so good.
as it has is insane.
So I don't watch, like, regularly anymore, but I watch when they do these specials because, honestly, and the thing about South Park is it offensive? Sure, but it's offensive to everybody. Right. And at the end of the day, they're making sense, and they're picking on the stupid insanity that is, like, that's become, like, normalized. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big fan. The pandemic special was really fucking stupid and wild. But it was good. This one was pretty good too, honestly. I mean, and then they've got like a anonymous spokesperson like talking shit about like Ozempic and whatnot, right? And like it's clearly Tony the Tiger, right? Because he's like, you know, being overweight is great or whatever. God. Like it was just, yeah. So Big Sugar and all the cereal companies needed to make sure that the Ozempic wasn't around because if you lose your appetite, then you're not spending money on Captain Crunch,
right? The fact that, I mean, obviously it's like over dramatic and, what's the word I'm looking for?
Hilarious.
Well, satire. Yeah, but satire or whatever. But the cereal companies do have an issue with it.
Right, yeah.
What about the one that said like,
oh, the Tony the Tiger shit was hilarious.
The one cereal company, was it Kellogg's or whatever, that was like, oh, we know that, you know, prices are, grocery store shopping is hard or whatever, so you can just have cereal for breakfast. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, or not cereal for breakfast. I'm sorry. Cereal for dinner. He was promoting cereal for dinner as like at least a cost-effective way to feed your family.
Oh, because that's healthy.
Like, what the fuck?
First of all, it's just sugar and bullshit anyway. And like, cereal's not even a complete balanced breakfast, right? Like, when you see the cereal, we're going to say it's part of a balanced breakfast. Do you know how much
sugar is in cereal? Breakfast. Have you ever gone down the cereal aisle and, like, actually
eat it?
My kids do. And I went through, a phase where I was trying to, like, cut out sugar for them when they were, like, younger. I mean, whatever. It's hard to do as they get older, but there was a time when they ate cereal every morning for breakfast. And so I realized that I was literally sending them to school sugared up. And that doesn't work well when someone has ADHD. So I went down the cereal aisle and was trying to find something that had 6 grams or less of sugar. I mean, there are cereals, and you know, the nutrition size, like the serving size, like is like a quarter cup or something. It's the smallest amount, and there'd be like 26 grams of sugar, like insane amount of sugar in these fucking cereals. And we're just, that's a great breakfast. No. It's not, but it's
No.
easy and they like it because it's full of fucking sugar. So I would find like, shit they didn't like, but like the Chex Mix ones have a decent amount of sugar in them. Like there's a little bit, but not a lot. Um, what else would I buy? I forget. There was like only like three that would still had like a decent flavor and weren't just like fucking cornflakes.
Well, that's what Eric eats, like a lot of Old Band cereal. So Eric will eat
Like a
like
Raisin Bran and stuff
he
like
likes
that
Raisin
has
Bran.
decent.
So like that's the stuff that we
It
have.
doesn't have like the sugar in it. But I buy my kids freaking Rice Krispie treats and they'll literally take sugar and put it on there. I'm like,
On a Rice Krispie treat?
yeah, oh, not the treat, but Rice
Oh,
Krispies.
regular ones.
Yeah,
we do
or
that
like
too.
if I were to buy them the regular ass cornflakes, they'd fucking put sugar or something on them.
Yeah, that's what, like he did like Honey Nut Cheerios a little bit when he was younger, but like he doesn't really care for it. So like Eric will eat like Raisin Bran or like Honey Bunches of Oats, or like he'll mix those with like straight Cheerios.
Yeah.
But neither one of them are big on, like that's what, like, I feel like I get like weird looks in restaurants, like, because I'll always be like, oh, he only drinks water, he only drinks milk and water, and people think like I'm like monitoring his sugar, but like he really just, he's too stubborn to try sweet things, so he doesn't like
Good.
Right, it works out for me. So like I'm not gonna fight with him. Like I've had people be like, oh, just let him have some juice. I'm not stopping it. He doesn't fucking want it. And I'm not gonna force that.
Right.
He doesn't drink soda. He doesn't drink juice. So I don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, maybe eventually one day he will, but why are you gonna?
Right. Why would I force that? Right. I'm not gonna make a 5-year-old drink juice if he doesn't want to.
Right.
You don't want to live on fucking sugar and cereal? That's fine. I don't care. Have some green ramen.
So much sugar in everything.
There is. Yeah, so, but if you want to see Captain Crunch shoot a bunch of people down with a automatic rifle,
oh my god,
I would check out the new South Park special.
Is it still on Comedy Central? Is that where you find it?
I don't have cable.
Yeah, so where do you find it?
It's on Paramount Plus. Yeah. I didn't watch their special from last year, the Streaming Wars. I didn't see that, which I should have. It was good, and I meant to, and I didn't see it. And then I looked on Paramount Plus today to watch this, and
you saw it?
And I saw it, and I was like, shit, I should have watched that. But
yeah,
I did also watch the Ashley Madison doc, but we can talk about that next week if you haven't, because
had a chance to watch
3 hours. So
it's
a lot of people probably haven't watched it.
It's about when it was hacked, right? And they like all the people's information got.
Yeah, it's about when it's hacked, but there's also like a couple of like stories of like actual users mixed in. Which is interesting. And then, like, all right, I'm just going to tell you the most interesting, I don't say what I was telling you, but it wasn't good for men. So,
like, it didn't paint them good, or the documentary's not?
They got screwed over.
Oh.
And here's the thing. So, like, this is completely off topic, kind of, but, like, in the Barbie movie, everybody that watched the Barbie movie that formed their own opinion before they watched it and didn't want to hear the message was like, oh, this is some man-hating bullshit, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, the Barbie movie was about how one gender being in charge isn't good for anyone, right? Like when it was the matriarchy, it wasn't good for Ken. When it was the patriarchy, it wasn't good for anyone. And like, honestly, that's how the world is. Like this company was marketed towards men and it fucked them. So at the end of the day, only men were paying for services. So women did not have to pay. Women could be on all day long. Only men had to pay. There weren't even that many women on there. More than half of the women were bots. They made it up. They were all bots.
What?
So you guys, these men are just like being lured in and paying to talk to them fucking selves. Send more messages to talk to these bots that were meant to. It was like 50% fucking bots. I have the number somewhere.
Crazy. But wasn't Ashley Madison's like whole thing was like to cheat? Wasn't that the whole wasn't that
it was for affairs?
Yeah.
So it was meant towards like married people.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, these married men were going on to talk to married women, and the married women weren't real. They were bots. A couple of them were real, but the majority were just bots. Wow. So you were paying all this money.
Serves you right.
Well, yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah. There was like one couple that like was really cool.
Also, that probably shows how they couldn't get enough women to do it because.
Well, and they kept saying, and so in the marketing they were saying, oh, women cheat too. Oh, women want this more than you. And like that's how they were selling it. They were selling it that like the women are the ones that are cheating, and like the women really wanted to cheat, and that the women were really about it and they loved it. There were not a lot of actual women on there. No. Yeah. There weren't actually a lot of real women. It was mostly bots. There were a couple, but it was mostly bots.
So did they get in trouble for that? Or, like, was there probably somewhere in the fine print that said, like, it may or may not be a real person you're talking to?
No, they got in trouble for that.
They did?
So, no, this guy, the guy that was the owner of it, he was the owner. He said that it was 60% men and 40% women. But most of the women's account were actually linked to the office, and it was actually the customer service reps made most of the women's accounts. And the customer service reps knew that they had done this, and they thought that it was known by the whole company, but only them and the owner knew it.
That's shady.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole
thing was shady.
Thing was shady,
the whole thing was shady.
Like,
but he was really trying to sell you that, like, I'm going to end up telling you all of it, but...
The whole thing was... Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
You might not want to watch it anyway, honestly. It was 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's like an hour, like, segments, but it's like a 3-part documentary, and all of the segments are like 52 minutes. You know what I mean? So, like, it ended up being 3 fucking hours.
Yeah, that's long.
But
I just feel like the whole thing was to be, I can't, my fucking brain. What is the word? That, because it was for cheaters, by cheaters. Like, so did we think that, like, he wasn't going to also be shady? Like, he created
he insisted that he wasn't cheating and that he never had any affairs. And he brought his fucking wife on all these shows and so she could talk about how great they were and how great their marriage was and that he wasn't doing it. And that's why he was able to run this company so successfully, because he knew what a successful marriage took. But then guess what?
He was cheating.
Yes, he was cheating with multiple bitches the whole time.
I don't even understand his point. What did you just say? That he could run the company because he knew what a successful marriage should be? Then why the fuck are you creating an app for cheaters?
Yeah, a lot of the things that he said was just him talking in a circle. It's a snake oil salesman. Some people just have that ability.
Gaslighting,
you know what I mean?
Insane.
Like, watching some of his, like, interviews was, like, really wild, because he was really like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. This is great for everybody. Women love it. The women weren't real. Snooki says that her husband was never there, but his name was there. Someone made an account in his name. Hunter Biden also says that he wasn't there, but there was an account in his name. Obviously, we know that Josh Duggar admitted that it was him.
Right.
I think those are only, like, celebs, right?
So do we think that it actually got hacked, or did this sleazeball...
Oh, okay, so they thought, so that's what happened. So they thought that, so when it got hacked, he called some, like, crazy, like, computer guys from Sweden, and he was like, I need some fucking help. So these Swedish guys, like, they don't have any fucking stake in your business, so they start to do their investigation, and they start thinking maybe it was him the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the hackers came back and released all of his personal information, like shit that he would have never wanted out there, and he ended up stepping down from the company.
Oh, shit.
So then the Swedes were like, all right, well, I guess it wasn't him. And then they're like, you know what, we don't really fucking care anymore. They never found out who it was. It was some hacking people. So they think that it was, like, someone that must have been affected by the situation. Right? Because they never found out. And so it's up and running again.
Is it still under the same, like cheaters?
It's not the same guy. No.
But is it still, like, for cheaters?
Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's still meant to be, like, an affair website. So the one couple that uses it appropriately, I guess you could say. So in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with an open relationship if that's what everybody wants. The problem is when you're going behind each other's back. So there's one couple that's in the doc where, like, he uses actually Madison to meet girls, but his wife has to meet them before he can sleep with them, and she has to approve, but he, like, talks to them there, and she is a dominatrix. So they have sex with each other, and they have, like, a home life that they're happy with, but they get needs met elsewhere because he does not want to be fucked by her strap-on. And so because she's going to do her dominatrix thing, she lets him fuck other girls, but, like, she has to meet them first.
I mean, touche. Right.
To each their own. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sex workers, open relationships, all that stuff is cool and above ground as long as everybody knows. That's the thing. It's consent.
Everything is on.
It's consent.
Yes. Mutual agreement.
Right. You have to consent to your wife being a dominatrix. You have to consent to your husband fucking other bitches. And it's okay if you consent to that. Do your fucking thing.
Right.
But if you're using a website, like there was one guy, I don't want to, like, trigger warning. There was this one guy, he was like a 3rd generation pastor, and he was a teacher in a seminary, which is like a college for pastors. And when it came out and his name came out on the list, his job called him in and they were like, yo, your name was on this list. And he was like, I know. And he resigned. And then he killed himself. And then his wife, like his poor wife, you know, because she like knew this whole time that he was cheating. She had realized it like a while ago. And then she decided like that she wasn't going to confront him and she was just going to live with it because they were older. They liked their lives. And she felt like, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to leave. So what's the point in confronting him? So then she felt like sad that he killed himself. And then she was kind of more mad at the people that outed him because she was like, you know, this witch hunt. She kept calling it a witch hunt. But like at the same time, just because you're okay doesn't mean everybody else is. That doesn't mean that like all these other women deserve to be lied to. You know what I mean? Like, she had some interesting points. And like, that's her opinion. She was more mad at like the hackers than anything. But not everybody is consenting to this. Not everybody, you know what I mean? There's this one fucking guy. He's so annoying. He's a Christian family vlogger on YouTube, and he did like the fake take responsibility. You know what I mean? Where he just kept like, well, you know, God forgive me, so I'm cool. But then like he was still fucking lying after that. Like he was still lying to her face, and then he kept saying shit that was just, and he was one of those where like he was cute and he seemed friendly, so like I could see people just like letting him get away with shit, you know what I mean? But he just kept like.
What about the women that were actually real on it? Were they outed too during when it was?
Apparently, all of the names and everything was released. I never read it online. It was just
email addresses that got released, right?
Or it was the information. I think it was all of their information.
Oh.
Everything that you uploaded. So like that was like the part that they were upset about because it was like they were telling it like their sexual fetishes. They're like, so like the kinks and shit. So like all of their shit was exposed. I never read through it. Apparently when it came out online, like everything was in a document and anybody could have it. And like all these people that were on the thing were like journalists that were like, yeah, I read it as soon as it came out, fucking obviously. And like, I didn't. But like,
like who actually?
I guess if you're suspecting it, I mean, if it came out right now, would we have read it to talk about it? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So I guess anybody that was doing this kind of stuff then.
Right.
Because like YouTube was a thing then, because this one guy, he had gotten on it because he was feeling like they had young kids and he was feeling like neglected and he was feeling like he needed attention, blah blah, right, all that bullshit. And so then he got off Ashley Madison when they started a YouTube channel because he was getting the validation from his YouTube followers.
Get the fuck out!
Yes,
and then needs help. He's a fucking therapist, not Ashley Madison.
And then he still like at the end he was still just kind of, I don't know, just he annoyed the shit out of me. I think his name was Sam. Oh, he was so fucking annoying. Just because he kept with this fucking pity party bullshit. You know, he kept being like, you know, should never get caught.
Fuck off.
I was going to take this to my grave.
That sounds like that freaking, did you see that fucking TikTok of the, I don't know, like it came up earlier about the woman who was like baking herself a cake and then the man, like it's the same, like, you know what I mean? Where they're both like crying the river about it. Well, I don't know. She really wasn't until he started to. And then he had all this like, according to his stupid TikTok account that he created, literally just to bash her. What was it, like reinventing Elizabeth?
So when I first looked at it, his was inventing Elizabeth, and then he changed it to reinventing Elizabeth while I was going through her stuff.
Oh, so he just changed it?
Because it said inventing Elizabeth when I first clicked on it, and then it said reinventing.
Yeah.
The next time I clicked on it. So I saw it today because I saw that detective woman was like breaking it down. She was like a domestic violence specialist.
Yeah, and like was he? I don't know. It's because then he's like throwing up mugshot pictures of her and shit, and says that he has custody of the kids and she owes him a bunch of child. This is so stupid. Why is this drama on TikTok to begin with? But then also it's there, so I want to talk about it because it's not my drama.
Well,
and you're putting it out in the public.
But who put it out in the public?
Well, he did.
So you've said this before, and I think it's a really telling thing, and you're right. You wouldn't be out trying to tell the world you're a good guy if you were a good fucking guy. Right. And so the thing was, so like what the woman said and what I agree with, and like what made sense to me was that this woman had this account for a couple of years and it was just mom stuff. It was just her and her Starbucks, her and her drinks, her and her this, her and her that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he made this account, like, right, hers was just Elizabeth. And then his was like inventing Elizabeth. And his was like just trying to bash her.
The entire thing.
And then like, so then I saw the video. So she made a video about the mugshots and she was like, yeah, I got arrested. And she was like, so she had her first kid at 16. Yeah. And then when they got divorced, she like went partying and she was like, I made mistakes. She was like, I'm not perfect. She was like, my whole page is about how like you're not perfect and your past doesn't define you and you can like become better and this and that. And so those custody orders that he had from the judge, she says that was not passed down by a judge. They agreed to, and again, it seems like I didn't get into this because I wanted to look it up and then I started doing something else and I didn't get a chance to. I'm curious what the age difference is there, because she said that they never went before a judge. He told her to sign this, so she did. And then in his papers it says that he has all the custody, but she has a video of getting the kids up for school. I mean, I guess that could all be faked, but how do you get little kids like that to act?
I feel like, we're like, yeah, man basher, but I feel like in those instances like this, right, where there's a couple and they separate and the man, where am I going? How do I say this? The man can manipulate to look better.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
So for years you're in this relationship and you're not getting along. He's not a good person. You don't have a great, connection, whatever. You want to get out. And then, the woman maybe, goes out and starts partying or something, is releasing that, the feelings that she's had, right? She's been cooped up for so long, trying to raise her family. Yeah. And now she's just needs space, and maybe the space she decides to take isn't necessarily the right choice, but it doesn't make her a bad person or a bad mom. She's just trying to escape reality because her reality with her husband is so terrible. And then the guy takes that and then vilifies her with it. And pretends to be the better person, and maybe in the outside world he's really good at portraying himself and probably does look like the better person, but that doesn't mean behind closed doors he is, right? And I almost feel like that's what's going on there. Yes, she has the mugshot, yes, he has the kids, yes, all these things that if you lined him up would make him look like the better person. But then if you really dig into, the truth behind it all, he's been manipulating her and lying and deceiving and being, has been this terrible human, but has somehow convinced a judge and some public, you know what I mean? But when you take a TikTok and your sole purpose of your social media presence is to bash someone else, you are not the better person.
And that's the thing. And so when I first saw, like we said, the detective's page about it. And so I clicked on them from her page, and on Elizabeth's page there's a couple of little pin videos or whatever, and then there was a statement. It was hey, just for my safety and the safety of my kids, I'm not gonna post anymore for a while. Yeah. And I went to his page and he had his 4 little videos, and then I watched some of her videos, responding to some of his videos. And then I went back to his page to go, I wanted to look at that, the court order again, after she said that a judge didn't sign it. He told her to sign it, and they just wrote it up. Because, you don't know, he couldn't have got, the legal paperwork, you know what I mean? So I wanted to look closer and see if there was a judge signature. And I go back to his page, and now it's just a statement saying that he's not posting for his safety. It's you're just copying her.
Right.
You're trying to look, you think that made her look good, so now you're going to do that because you think it'll make you look good. That's what really made me think that, and you just said,
I almost feel bad for them that it's gone so viral that, so many people
now everybody's
are talking
involved,
about,
right? You don't know us, and now we're all involved in this shit.
Yeah, that, so many people are talking about their personal life, but I guess when you
started it.
You made it public.
It's now our business.
It's
our business now.
Yeah.
But it's like you said before, and you just said it again, and I completely believe you and think that this is the truth, is that you're not, the person that's trying to make themselves look like the good person is never the good fucking person. If you were a good person, you wouldn't have to try hard to make people think you're a good person. You wouldn't be out here hey, look at me.
Right. Right. And if what you were saying was true, you wouldn't be trying so hard to prove it.
Right.
It would just be there.
It would just be true.
Right.
Right, when you're painting yourself up to be all fucking pretty, it's clearly for a goddamn reason.
Yeah. I know, it's wild. So much wild shit.
Are we at an hour?
I don't know. We have been talking for a hot minute. About random shit. Lots of court cases, apparently.
That's what it is this week. That's what it is. It's the week of court cases.
The week of court cases. Disney, fucking the McCabe, what Reed lady, freaking this guy, this couple.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's a real court case, but
well, yeah.
It's a case. It's a fucking TikTok case at the least.
Yeah.
At the least. Yeah, I'm still not over the Disney one. It's weird to me.
Yeah.
2 rides. One ride in 2 years?
Right.
That's weird.
Let's not go on that one.
No. I was having a Typhoon Lagoon in like a decade.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge water park fan. They kind of gross me out. They're kind of
gross. Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I mean, when we were younger, we used to go to like Wet n Wild and shit. But
love Wet n Wild.
The water parks gross me out.
I was a big fan of Wet n Wild, but
so many dirty people in that water. So many bodies.
Like Band-Aids.
Yes. And
people
are peeing in it.
You know it.
100%.
Not me, but them. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. They gross me out, so I won't be going to Typhoon Lagoon. But
hey, to each their own. But hey, stay away from the cowabunga, whatever it was, because you could get a wedgie that could lead to vaginal bleeding and a hernia. And
I didn't know that. I guess I heard like the water, like a douching of it, but I never heard of like.
Yeah, because you're the one that said the douche one. And
I knew that's where it was going.
Close
when
enough.
You said a water ride, it's going somewhere like that. Because I've heard of that happening, but
Humunga Cowabunga. Stay off of that one.
Humunga.
And if you've been to the Humunga Cowabunga recently, tell me, is there a lifeguard at the bottom?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe your story because you wouldn't have been able to like make a lawsuit if it wasn't true. But it just sounds so crazy to me that like.
I mean, hopefully there is now at the very least.
Right. I just feel like Disney's such a cover your ass corporation. Yeah. After they got sued last year, I can't imagine not having a lifeguard at the bottom this year.
Right.
I think they just fucking take the goddamn thing down if they got sued over it.
Yeah.
Honestly, right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, they're only asking for $50,000 in the eyes of Disney. That ain't much.
And I'm wondering, like, is that what it is? You think if you just ask for $50,000, they're gonna just give it to you to go away? Because what the fuck does that mean to them? Yeah. Popcorn bucket sales.
But that probably wouldn't even cover your maybe medical bills plus, because that wouldn't even cover like a normal medical bills.
Not if you have brain damage.
No, that wouldn't cover a fucking ER visit.
No. That's what like that number is way too low for me.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's not adding up.
I know. All right. You got anything else this week?
Oh, I think that was it.
We have girl power shirts on today.
We do. Oh, yeah. Mine says
Hers says fight like a girl, and mine says Badass Babes Club.
Yeah, right? Girl power. I forgot to wear my power puff girl bracelet, but it's okay.
Oh, you wore the shirt last week.
I did. I know, but I didn't wear my bracelet at least. I could wear that today. All right. We'll see you next week then. Anything else? No?
I think that's it.
All right. Peace out.
Thanks for being here. Peace out. K-Town down.